Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now this is the last section we'll do for today, inshallah, for this week. So coming back to the final few points, that it is desirable to do what's known as mubalagha in cleanliness, to be exaggerant in cleanliness, until the smell or the bad odor has finished, has ended, the bad smell has dissipated. It is desirable to be exaggerant in cleanliness until the bad odor has dissipated, it has diffused in the room, etc. From the area, and from the hand from which he has used to do istinja with. One of the adabs of istinja is that the hand we use for istinja, we wash that hand first and keep it wet, so the odor does not go into the hand. And we make sure that after we have finished istinja, we make sure that hand is cleaned thoroughly, so no odor or anything remains. One point to note here is if you have long nails, you must wash underneath the nails. Point number 8, that the person, he does not perform istinja with his right hand without a valid reason, because this, it has been made makruh, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has forbid us from doing this in the same way it has come before. So you do not use our right hand for istinja. And if in dire necessity we do, some scholars have said that you should cover your hand with tissue or something before you do so, to show ihtiram, to show respect for that hand. Now in the footnotes, if you look here, وَكَذَا يَكْرُهُ بِمَا يَضُرُّ الْمَخْرَجِ. Now we do not use any object which will cause harm to our places of najasat, where the najasat comes from, such as glass, for obvious reasons, and any other object which is valuable, such as a piece of silk, which we shouldn't use for istinja. Now this is my favorite part of the lesson. Okay, we had questions earlier on, which I will go over, the answers to which I will go over in the beginning of the next lesson, inshallah. And we have some more homework. Now, when I say homework, I tell all students, I'm quite flexible with homework. Homework does not have to be done at home. You can do your homework in the garden, in the park, on the street, in the aeroplane, on the bus, anywhere. So I'm being extremely lenient with you, or with all of you who are listening to this. You can do your homework just about anywhere. So it is simply work. Now, you have to answer these questions. Now, hopefully those of you who have been taking notes, I would like you to have had a go at this, or to try this. There's an English copy available somewhere on the internet. Also, if you Google the English copy, al-Fiqh Al Muyassar PDF should come up. And hopefully I think that may have the same questions which are in the Arabic version of the kitab. So let's have a look at these questions now. Mention 3 etiquettes, okay, which we were looking at, which you have seen before a person he relieves himself, before he begins to relieve himself. Second point, what is the dua before we enter the toilet, and what is the dua for when we leave the toilet? You should all memorize that dua and put it into practice. متى يقول هذا الدعاء? When was the person read this dua? When should he read this dua? Before, after he enters the toilet, before, after he leaves the toilet. متى يكون when is istinja wajib? And when is it sunnah, meaning sunnat mu'akkada? What are those objects with which istinja, with cleanliness, is permissible with? Now, talk about what istinja and istibra is. Mentioned in detail what these two things are. What is istinja? What is istibra? Okay, the next part of the questions is choose the right answer, or circle the right answer. I want you to circle the right answer. It is makruh to perform istinja with what? باليد اليمنى باليسرى or بالحجر. What is makruh to perform istinja with? Now, يجوز in the next point over here. يجوز الاستنجاء بكل شيء طاهر لكن له بشرط. It is permissible to perform istinja with every clean object. And mention all of the conditions that go that are pertaining to this. That he washes those areas at 3 times, or until the najasat has dissipated, has gone away, is finished. That it is not, the object is not najis itself. Contemplate on those on the sentences which are coming. Are they correct or not? So to look at each of these sentences and to determine whether it is correct or not, and then if it is incorrect, to correct it. Istiqbal al-Qibla, to face the Qibla or to put one's back to the Qibla at the time of relieving oneself is makruh tanzihi. Is that correct or is that incorrect? If it is incorrect, what is the correct answer? If it is correct, that's fine. What is the etiquette of relieving oneself? From the etiquette of relieving oneself, I was supposed not to hear the question, my apologies. What is the etiquette? From the etiquette of relieving oneself is not to mention the name of Allah and not to enter that with any object on which there is a mention of Allah or the remembrance of Allah or His Messenger on it. Is that correct or not? Is that true or false? Is that correct or not? Now when he has finished from his necessity, from relieving himself, he exits with his left foot. And he exits, with his left foot, and he says Ghufranak. Is that correct or not? Now, when the impurity has spread from the area which it has come from, or the area which it exits from, to a very large extent, the area has spread to, it is not enough to perform istinja with a stone or anything similar to that, but it is necessary that the istinja is performed with water. Is that correct or is that incorrect? Now so that is your homework. Remember, you're free to do that anywhere, in any locality. Just do not limit yourself to your home or your bedroom. Be warned of my sense of humor. Be very warned of my sense of humor. The next chapter we are looking at in the next lesson, inshallah, is on wuzu, on ablution. So I'd ask you to read through any text that you have, such as Behishti-Zivr in English or Urdu, to prepare yourselves for that. And to also to look over this lesson beforehand. And if you have any questions to the lessons that have been delivered today, or this lesson that will be delivered in the next session on wuzu, on ablution, please put them forward to myself or the other ulamas on Ilm Hub, inshallah. And I'll just get that website up. And these are the courses which we'll be running, inshallah. So, Jazakallah, and I'd like to thank the people of the website, Mufti Sab, for giving me this opportunity to do this. So may Allah accept it, and if I have done anything wrong or I have offended anybody, please forgive me. إن أصحت فمن الله وإن أخطأت فمن نفسي من الشيطان. سبحان رب العزة عما يصفون، وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.